Okay, when graphing parabolas, it's probably best to use a table. If you don't remember how to put it in vertex form or find the x-intercepts, you can graph it by using a table. So let's do something like y equals, why don't we do negative x squared plus 2x minus 1. This one is from your review sheet. So negative x squared plus 2x minus 1. I definitely want to use a table for this one. All right, we're going to make a table. We're going to make a graph. Almost always, we're going to want to plug in -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So we're plugging in these values for x, and we're getting out values for y. So x equals -3. Let's try that one. Y is equal to -3 squared plus 2 times -3 minus 1. This is where it's tricky because there was a negative to begin with, and now within that square, we're squaring the -3. So the -3 becomes a +9, but since it's negative x squared, it's negative of 9. And then this one is 2 times -3 is -6 minus 1. -9 plus -1 is -10. Y equals -16 is what we're going to get out. So -3, and then, oh my gosh, it's somewhere up here. This one, oops, wait, no, -16, all the way down here somewhere. Okay, maybe that was not the right number to try, so let's try something closer to 0. I'm going to use the same space and not use a ton of paper. So now we're going to plug in -2, same thing goes, oops. Same thing goes here. It's -2 squared, which would be 4, but you still have the negative, so it's -4. And then -2 times -2 is another -4, and then -1. So this would be -4 plus -4 is -8, minus another 1. We get y equals -9 out. So you get -9. This one's more manageable. So over 2, down 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's the point. This one's the wrong point. This one's going to be all the way down there. Okay, let's try -1. So try putting in -1. This one's going to be easier. I promise it'll be a smaller number. So -1, we plug in -1 in each of these slots. Okay, -1 squared would be +1, but we still have this negative afterwards. So it's -1, and then -1 times +2 is -2 minus 1. So we have -1 plus -2 plus -1. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have -4 coming out of here. You might be able to see a little bit of a pattern, but -4, and then plug in 0. This one's the easiest one. 0 squared plus 0, and then -1. So this one's going to be -1 comes out. Again, that'd be 0 squared plus 2 times 0 minus 1. All right, after that, we're gonna plug in 1. So it gets a little bit easier when you get into the positive numbers. Maybe we wanted to start there first, but it's good to have this system going on. So you plug in 1, you plug in 1. 1 squared is 1, you have -1. 2 times 1 is just 2, and -1. We have 2 negatives right here, so 1, 2, 2 negatives and a +2, so y equals 0. All right, there it is. If you can't tell, it probably is going to turn around here. So we have 2. We're going to be plugging in 2 to this equation so that we can get out another point. So 2 squared, and then 2 times 2, and then -1. So we're plugging in x equals 2. I know it's a lot of work, but this is one way you can do it. So 2 squared is 4. That's going to give us -4. 2 times 2 is +4. So these guys are going to cancel out, and then you have -1. So you get out y equals -1 when you plug in 2, so -1. If you notice, it's going like this, and it just turned around. It's going to keep going this way. Okay, so this is how you graph a parabola. It's a ton of work, but you gotta make a table and be careful of those negatives. Okay, I'm gonna have you graph one more. Actually, I'm not gonna graph one more. If you want to look it up, I would go to, I'll put a link in the video. So follow the link, maybe try plugging it in. You can see what happens.